guess so.
It's the Buzz 24/7 at morningbuzz.com.
This is unbelievable.
Now that's what's up.
All right. We were just talking about Kelly being at the beer appearance he's got today over in Newmarket, and Scotty's like, remember now, he likes to have somebody, if you get picture taken with him, put your hand in his back pocket and put it there. Someone is so going to steal his wallet.
Yeah.
I don't keep my wallet in my back pocket.
You don't?
Nope.
Where do you keep it?
I'm
In
not
his
telling
purse.
you.
Smart.
Greg.
Because you're afraid?
Greg in his purse.
Okay. Hey, I will tell you in just a little bit, Don Barnes is calling in from 38 Special. Now, that is, just so you know, you didn't know this from listening to the show. Erika doesn't know this. 38 Special is one of Scotty's favorite bands.
This was the first band that I went and saw. I was 14 years old, and this was my first show, and lost my mind. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I cannot play some of their hits like, Caught Up in You, Hold On Loosely.
Teacher.
Because of, stupid internet, can't play music on the internet things. I mean, I get it. I want the artist to be paid, but I also, want to be able to play the song of the artist that we're about to talk to.
Because you are from, if you listen to rock radio,
Right.
you are familiar. Although they're more of a southern rock band. You've heard the band before.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't know if Erika has. Are you familiar? None of those ring a bell.
You said Hold On Loosely, right?
Hold on loosely.
Yeah, I was just
Can
thinking, I'm
it
like,
go?
you can't play it, but can you sing
All right,
it?
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, we can sing it, I
There we
think,
go.
actually.
Because if you ask me, they wrote a lot of rockers, but they also came in. They were a big part of the ballad. They did a lot of southern rock ballads.
Well, man, because people from the South, they like to dance slow.
they like to dance.
Those honky tonks, man.
Yes.
That's where I saw Urban Cowboy.
I want you to get in my 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, absolutely. Climb in there. We were just talking about wallets. I just found out. So we're going to Ireland. We're taking a bunch of listeners. I'm going to Ireland coming up, and they say don't carry your wallet in your back pocket. They say wear it around your neck. Have you heard of that?
Yes,
Why
of
is
course.
that
I know
for?
a lot of people that wear.
That's not just an Irish thing, or is that just a travel safely thing?
It's a travel safety thing in Ireland. They didn't say that about Iceland, so I don't know if it's a thing.
I think a lot of people travel that way now, and it's not. The fanny packs, they now have like the fanny packs that are the bags that go in the front of you.
Right, right.
Ask Grammy J wears her backpack on the front of her.
Yeah.
Everywhere she goes.
They said that
It's easier to get into, and she feels safer.
I've traveled with Greg, and the only time that I did not keep my wallet in my back pocket is when we got dumped off somewhere in Atlanta. I put my wallet next to my testicles because I was scared that we were getting robbed.
Yeah, that was hairy.
I took my wallet.
So we had I made a mistake and I misbooked this conference. And we were there a day late, so we stayed a day late, and so it was like $900 each to get the flight back, or we just stayed an extra day. So we were in Atlanta. Scotty and I big fans of the show, The Walking Dead. So Scotty was pissed at me. Oh God, you don't want to throw his schedule off. He was. Can you imagine?
Oh,
wow,
I
when he was
remember. I'm the one that booked it for you because you gave me the dates to book. Again, now I will never go by what he says now, and I will look and book on my own. Yeah.
But I will say that I booked a tour of the Walking Dead set for the extra day, which made him.
It was perfectly fine.
Yeah. And so anyway, they dropped us off at 8:00 in a part of Atlanta. There was nothing. There was no bus station.
And just so you know,
no taxis.
They do a lot of filming of The Walking Dead, but what they usually have to do in Atlanta is clean it up.
Yeah.
Film The Walking Dead because it is.
There's a couple of places in town that are really rough, and this was one of them. There's no taxi, there's no bus, there was no Uber
zombies
back then, and it was holy shit. They're leaving us here, and we had to walk about a couple miles. And we were being watched the whole way. I went over to a store. My phone was dead. I get angry. How is your phone dead? Like seriously, how is your phone dead?
Let's not lie. We maybe took quite a few pictures.
A lot of videos.
That day. We were so excited.
But today, I get aggravated when anybody tells me their phone is dead.
Yep.
I get aggravated because we live in a world where you got to charge it. They got all kinds of charges you can have. But anyway, back then, we were stuck. Phone was dead.
Yeah.
Couldn't call a taxi. I saw a store. It said open. It was a phone store. Went over, knocked on the door. Big open sign. They pulled a curtain. They looked out the window, and I said, I'm stuck. Guys, can we use your phone? Curtain closed. Wouldn't open the door. It was open
because you
and
don't
locked.
know if if you're there to rob them.
I had a fanny pack on. People with fanny pack don't rob people.
You guys look like one thing. It's robbers.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't know.
100%.
Hard criminals.
It was funny, but at the same time, I was like, I'm slightly scared.
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking. It was a little nerve-wracking.
You don't want to be scared in front of your buddy. You're like, everything's fine. What the hell is happening?
I walked around Boston in the middle of the night by myself, well, another guy, but we were like blocks apart taking pictures. I didn't even wasn't phased because I knew the city, didn't know Atlanta. So I didn't know if I was walking into an area I could be problematic or not. Turned out everything was fine, but yeah, we had to walk like 2-3 miles back into town. But Scotty, it was kind of like, just look forward.
Don't make eye
Don't
contact.
piss anybody off, you know.
The best part about it is we got to the radio conference one day late, and then we showed up the next day, and 2 or 3 guys were like, "You guys were so much fun last night." We're like, we weren't with you.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean?
We weren't here.
You guys were crazy.
Yeah, wasn't us.
That wasn't us.
Wasn't us. Thanks, though. Thank you very much.
Should we get? What did they do?
Yeah.
They do anything exciting?
Yeah, nothing. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So Don's going to join us in just a little bit. We've spent time with him. Really nice guy. Like honestly, one of the nice guys in rock and roll. You know, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, came in and hung out with us, and I called him a few years ago for Lend a Helping Hand. I'll probably call him again this year. I'm going to ask him because as soon as I said we're doing this thing, I'm in, Greg. That's what he said. I'm in. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's really nice. So
No,
anyway.
I've had a chance to meet him a few times, and he's awesome.
Yeah, and they got a new album out, you know, and it
First
is their,
time in how many years?
well, it's 20 years, and it's their 50th. It's their 50th anniversary. It's 50th anniversary. 50th. It's their 50th. Oh shoot, I can't play it. That's right, because it's on the same thing, that echo thing.
Yeah, we have
so
to
I can't
figure
play
that
it.
out. There's the guy you want to ask. Too.
Yep. Yeah.
My research, I think he's the only original member left.
Yeah. Well, he's the leader of the band. He's the leader of the band. But anyway, he's due to call us any second. Usually he's on time. Now that I said that though, second time this week, we were waiting for a guy and he never called. You know where this album was recorded? The album, the 38th special album, was recorded in Will Turpin's studio. Oh. Will Turpin is the guy from Collective Soul that stiffed us on Monday. Oh. Kind of funny how that comes around. So, Erika, what's new with you?
Not much. I've been doing a lot of dog sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been hanging out in Tuscan Village area.
They still in their honeymoon?
They come back tonight, but there's another family in the area, that same apartment building that I also watch their dog.
The Tuscan Village area over in Salem and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a complex.
Yeah,
there. That's a great place in the summertime. They got a great place to drink.
Yeah,
we brought our brew tour there. It's like a giant outdoor festival. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. They have like movie nights. They always have stuff going on, live music.
That's awesome.
It's great.
I see lots of commercials for it on Nesson.
Joe spent that guy. Oof.
Yeah, he's done wonders.
He's done. Joe Farrow is a great guy. UNH grad.
Change the name of Salem, New Hampshire to Joe Farrow.
He got a grant from the University of New Hampshire as a young business person, as a senior, and then turned it into an empire. That's how driven this guy is. And you know, when he was building these things, he got a lot of crap. He got it for no reason other than, you know, that like in Portsmouth, he was trying to build, this restaurant. And it was a big thing because it was taking over the place of an older place where the couple retired, and he was getting all this heat over it. And I'm like, this guy, they were giving him shit, and I'm like, this guy. When is the last time any of you served 36,000 people Thanksgiving dinner for free because they had a massive power outage? Which one of you has done not even a thumbnail sketch of what this guy's done to help people? God, people can be so tough. The guy's a good guy. He helps people.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. You know? Do you remember that there was a problem, I think, in Lowell, and the whole blocks lost power? There was a big, all these buildings for Thanksgiving. He fed them. He went down there.
I remember.
Without very little notice and fed them at his own cost. Didn't charge anybody. That's a good thing. So anyway, good for him. But he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
I don't say that lightly.
I don't either. I say it kind of differently.
Yeah, he says it. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
If I say that, they're a good human being. You know what I mean?
You're not a liar when it comes to the good guy thing.
Mm-mm.
No.
I only say that when I'm like, that guy, he's a freaking good guy.
He's a guy that days.
He's a good guy. Okay.
And I don't care. I'm scratching my back in front of the cameras. I got an itch. Right?
Kelly.
Still going to do the things that I do.
I still got to figure out the whole feather. I got to get you a new feather.
I had nothing wrong with that feather that you gave me. Although it was
coming.
Away, it was coming apart when I was touching his face with it. You can see all the places I had touched his face. The feather came apart.
Yeah. Kelly will scratch himself with that instrument many times throughout the course of the show.
And only in the
If you're going to tell me you haven't scratched your nuts with that, I'm not going to.
I do not believe it.
Never done that.
And when he's
with
doing
that thing,
he's like a dog scratching his ear. He makes that noise, and he's got that face.
I've actually been very itchy, so I feel like a dog when I'm.
You look over at Kelly's. We used to have a dog to be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm double checking to make sure that we're not supposed to call Don. I don't think we are. He is going to call us. Yeah. Making sure I see it. Okay, fine. Nothing there. Fine. Yeah. Placing call station. Don Barnes. Okay, good. Just checking.
Come on, Don.
They send us. Here's the behind the scenes.
But this
stuff.
is so long ago we booked this, right?
Yeah,
so
it's been booked for a long time. And okay, here he is. Let me move this over here, and let's connect this. And he should be joining us on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the fabulously talented Don Barnes?
I don't know about fabulously. I'm sort of talented.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, brother. I do. Let me tell you, Don.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Let me tell you, I don't know if you remember us. I never assume. We're Greg in the Morning Buzz up here in New England. You sat with us. Roadkill is one of your number one fans in New England.
My first concert, 14 years old, Cumberland County Civic Center, Strength and Numbers Tour, 2 drummers. You brought it home. It was fantastic.
I remember you guys. You guys are, America's Most Wanted, I think.
So let me just say, so Don came into the studio, and we've been fans forever, and he helped us out with our Lend a Helping Hand Radiothon. He came on with us, which I'm going to ask him again, embarrassingly on the air in a couple of minutes. But Don came in and visited, and he got on the tour bus afterwards, and they left. They were doing a show at the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom. We have a signed show poster in the studio. 3 days later, I got a handwritten thank you note from Don Barnes.
Very sweet.
Oh, I had such a good time. I remember doing that.
Yeah, I was like, you were like, honestly, I've done this 42 years, only rock star to ever write me a handwritten thank you note. And I'm like, that says a lot about someone right there to me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
well, you
nice.
guys were so great, and I appreciate the hospitality. That was great.
Glad to do it as a longtime fan. So, all right, let's talk about over 20 years it's taken for you got back together. You got a cast of all-stars, and they got a brand new album out. That is it out? Is it available everywhere now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Milestone. Yeah, it was out. It came out a few days ago. Yeah.
It is. I've listened to it, Don. It sounds like. How do I say it? Well, it sounds like classic 38 Special, but it also goes in some places. It's got some hard rockers in there. It's got some more. Mellow kind of stuff. It kind of spreads your wings a little bit.
Yeah, we tried to give a little bit of something for everybody. The 50th anniversary, it was a real celebration of all those years, and I felt like I owed respect to the history of the band. And we did consciously try to be a more modern version of 38 Special, but it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you do something that sounds exactly like 1986, people are going to go, well, so what? It's just the same thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you do something, you take some risk as an artist and do something angular or, something different, then people are scratching their head and go, huh? This is 38 Special?
Right.
So you finally get to the point you dismiss all those opinions and just try to be an artist and be risky and do things that are fun for you, that kind of, lights you up and, kind of makes your heart sing. So, we did some different things.
Your voice, and I mean more than just your physical voice, but your writing voice, and your voice musically is your voice. And when I would tune into anything that you did, I would want to hear that. Now, it can sound a little, instrumentation can be different, the presentation can be a little bit different, but as long as it's your voice, I'm down. So I think it's great.
I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed to have. I didn't plan on that, but it is an accessible voice for radio, and I've tried to take it as far as I could with it. But there are people who you've got these negative people who might say something bad about something, but it's not for everybody. There's all kind of music out there. So I just go with what I know, what my influences were. I was always kind of an attentive student of good songs and choruses and good hooks.
You see?
And, I went through all those years of trying to, you get lost trying to please an audience. You just kind of do it as an artist, and massive brush strokes, and quit trying to paint every leaf on the tree.
See, this is why I love him. This is why I love Don Barnes.
So Don, you're sitting in the studio, Don, and in 50 years you've been making music and everything. Is there anything new that you don't like that you're like, nah, we did it better back then, when it comes to recording?
Actually, everything's streamlined these days. Yeah. It's Pro Tools, all that. Back in the old days of the 2-inch multi-track tapes, you got the reels and this tails out and all that. The most daunting thing back then was everybody's on the edge of their chair clenching their teeth because the guy has got a razor blade and he's going to edit this tape. He's going to chop it in half. And you're like, don't screw this up, man.
I had the little yellow pencil, and you got to put it across the tape, and then you slice the tape, and then put it back to. Oh, geez, I can't even think about that.
Little white grease pencil. But nowadays, you just Pro Tools. You look on a monitor screen, and you just hit the button, and there it's edited. Everything's done. So, but all those things are a lot quicker now. You can tell somebody, hey, roll up to the third verse in the middle, the second line too, whatever. Boom, it's there. You don't have to worry about reels and all that. So that part of it is good. But we did it. We recorded in this Collective Soul studio down in South Atlanta.
Right.
And some of my guys flew up. It was near the airport, so it was pretty convenient.
So,
but great room down there. Will Turpin's a bass player from Collective Soul. He's got a great studio down there.
Tell Will that he stiffed us on an interview on Monday.
Will.
If you just tell him we were waiting for him.
We were waiting for him.
We were ready. Yeah.
They're playing. They're playing tomorrow night.
Great. I'm gonna have to bust his chops.
Tell them our friends up at New England said you missed the interview on Monday.
But,
I'm gonna do that. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna text him.
Typical bass players.
So Don, but this time, you brought
bass player.
Scotty's a drummer. And I said, when he said it, Scotty's like typical bass player. I'm like, dude, I thought it was the drummer that I was the guy that never showed up.
Early.
So Don, okay, with Milestone, right? So you get together and you bring in. Talk about some heavy hitters. Pat Monahan, lead singer for Train. You bring in Randy Bachman. You bring in all these folks to sort of help along, and that allows you, right, as a band and a performer, to spread your wings into areas maybe you haven't touched on yet, right? That's got to be kind of free. Yeah.
It was fun. Randy, he's a motor mouth. He's got all these stories, man. He how he is. He can tell you the history. He's like 80 years old now. He can talk to you all the way back to the mid-60s,
Right.
But I told him, I said, man, I played your songs in high school, these teen dances and all that thing. We had matching uniforms and all that stuff back in those days. Mm-hmm. And, I told him American Woman and These Eyes. But I told Randy, I said, you're part of a kind of a pivotal moment in my life. I said I was doing landscaping back in the day job days. I drove a truck and did all these pest control, man. I was all these things. I was married at 20 years old with a baby.
Yeah.
That baby is grown. He's almost as old as I am now. So, but I told Randy, I said, I was doing landscaping, I was digging these palm tree holes. Florida has a lot of palm trees. So, they bring in the big full-grown tree with a root ball. And so you got to dig a hole about 5 feet deep for this thing. I said the radio was playing in the truck, and the opening guitar figure of Taking Care of Business was on, started. And it was blah, blah, da, 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 da. And I thought, and I'm down in this hole in the heat. And I told Randy, I said, I thought to myself, I can play that right there. That guy's on the radio. I can do that right there. And I said, I got to literally get myself out of this hole and get to work, So he loved that story. It's part of an influential part of my life.
But
the weirdest thing is, decades later, I'm sitting across from him in a studio writing a song. It's just amazing how life dishes that out,
But you do realize, right, that you're the same. Like, there are people doing jobs in the late 70s and early 80s. Wild Eyed Southern Boys comes out. Hold On Loosely, Back Where You Belong. All those come out. You're the same. People will look at you and say, dude, first time I heard Hold On Loosely, it was on 94 COZ out of Boston. I was like, holy crap, who's this band? Great voice, great vibe. And you're part of other people's stories. Yeah. You know that, right?
It is. It's, that was a big surprise for us. We didn't realize how it became the fabric of these people's lives. And we didn't plan on that. I mean, you talk about Hold On Lucy, people come up all the time and say, man, that really helped our relationship and our marriage. And we just, took that to heart and everything. I'm like, well, really? Because that's not what we were trying to do. We were just trying to get on the radio.
It's funny how, you just wanted to go out and play your music and be who you are with the band. Yeah. And you're a workhorse, though, right? You were all about a driven guy. You weren't taking a whole lot of time off. And back then, touring was a whole different animal. Like, touring now, bands are much smarter. Like, we're going to take 3 days off, blah, blah, blah. Back then, there was none of that. You were on the road, man, right? How hard?
Well, that worked. Back then, you did 3 months of touring. I mean, literally every night, arenas sold out. 3 months. It's like torture tour. You're wanting to stop the bus and go touch some grass somewhere.
Right.
But we, if people say, if you had to do it over again, what would you do different? I'd probably have a better time at it, but you have to be about 5 steps ahead of yourself all the time.
Right.
And you see these marquees tonight, 38 Special sold out. And that's great, but we've got to have our songs written. We've got to be ready for a contractual obligation of another album. Yeah. And there was one, we had done 9 months of touring for the last album, and we finally finished. And no one had an idea of a single note going on the next album that was due 6 months from then. Right. And so we were like, what do we do? So it's kind of like the guy writing a book, I woke up this morning, ... Where
do we go now?
So I was dating this woman. I said, I just can't seem to get any work done. I'm just so caught up in you all the time.
Bam.
Thought, hey,
that's how
like a light bulb went on in my head. I thought, that's a pretty good title.
Inspiration. Don Barnes from 38 Special out with us. Go ahead, Kelly. What do you got?
Have you done something different, Don, to get yourself to enjoy touring more now than you did before?
Oh yeah, we space it out. We do over 100 cities a year, but we do space it out. We just got off a 2.5 week run on the West Coast, and everything was going wrong. The bus blew a fuel line, and a couple of buses were in the shop. We had to fly back north and go south and then go back north again and try to get these shows in. And then I had a couple of my crew guys got sick. One of them got in the hospital. And anyway, so you got to be 100% for that presentation every time. But behind the scenes, it's all glamour all the time.
Right. Exactly.
People think, yeah. So you're hammering it, but so it's different these days. We try to pace ourselves and have a life, the 20-year span, we were just taking care of our people. All these people rely on their families and everything, and so but we like to get home around the fall and holidays, and we like to have a life too. You can't do it all. I think Geddy Lee said it best. When they retired, he said it was something we always wanted to do, is tour the world. He said, but it wasn't the only thing we wanted to do.
Back then, man.
It's right,
Have somebody looked at you in the 80s and said, dude, you got to hydrate? You'd be like, what? You got to hydrate? Work out? What are you talking about? I got a gig tonight, And the fact, Don, that you are sitting here, like you said, you're in a hole, digging a hole, listening to Randy Bachman, and it's been 50 years. That's crazy. Right?
I told Donnie Vans that at 30 years, I told him, I said, man, if I'd have known, I'd still be looking at your face 30 years from now.
Forget about it. So I want to, I know
I told him if I'd have shot you back when I wanted you, I'd be out of jail by now.
So I know you're on a schedule, so I want to keep you on schedule, but I want to ask you, we do our, that a couple years ago, we had you on during our big 2-day radiothon. I want to be able to bring you back on and play some music and have you on the air with us. Can I reach back out to you? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Right,
let's do that, man.
All right.
We'll go eat some barbecue or have a beer or something.
All right. I'll take that.
We'll be there in an hour.
Don, we really, the album is called Milestone, 38 Special. Don, you're the best. And we look forward to maybe hooking up again coming up in November when we do our 2-day our radiothon. But all the best to you and the band, and nice work on the record.
Hey, thanks so much, and congratulations on all your success, all your longevity yourself. I know it's a killer.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You guys live it up. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Got it. Don Barnes, everybody. Good dude.
50 years.
Yeah.
50.
And you know what I find funny is that I like it when you talk to somebody that, like that, 20 million records. That's how much they've sold. 20 million records. And he was the same rock fan that I was, right? And
you weren't digging holes.
Or you were, no, but I mean, I wasn't digging holes, but I was mowing lawns or whatever. But the point is he never forgets what it's like to be that kid. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes people that get in the business, they get really successful, they forget that stuff. And all they think is, I'm a star and blah, 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 blah. I like people who don't think that. I like people who always remember the dirt they were from.
Yep.
That's what I like.
He just seems like a cool guy.
Down to earth guy. You know what I mean?
Anytime I've met him, he's always been very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One song. That's all you know of theirs. Hold
Maybe
on loosely.
more.
You said hold on
I
loosely.
definitely know that.
So caught up in you, little girl. I don't want to sing it because it's embarrassing, but I can't really.
You have a voice of an angel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hold on.
Welcome.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Are we able to play
Hold
it?
on 1 second.
Or are they
I'm
on
gonna
the
just
pods?
try. Okay, so I can just do little clips. Okay, so maybe that one. You know that one. Okay, all right. She knows that one. Okay, all right. Caught up in you.
This
I
one
never
maybe
knew.
no. I
No?
know,
Okay.
but she won't.
Teacher.
Hold on. Never heard it?
Nope.
I'm just trying to check. What about this? Rocking into the night. No? Okay, all right. Just check.
Take in those drums.
Okay, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. I don't want to get the copyright police up my wazoo.
We don't need that.
Up my tailpipe.
We don't need to get canceled.
All right. So, Laura, what do you got going on today before we
You
depart
and I have
here?
a meeting coming up.
Yeah, I know. We got a meeting and a little get together.
Meeting, and I have we have haircut appointment for one kid. After school, I have to do some other work for something else I'm doing. I have to bring one kid jeans shopping because he's just too big for everything now.
Yeah, kids, I'm growing. That shit just crazy.
He's almost 6 feet tall. It's crazy how big he is.
And he's got a voice deeper than mine.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
like
Mama.
He's 5'11".
Hey,
I
Mom.
think.
Mom, can you do me a favor? Can you get some of those chocolate chip muffins?
This summer, he called, and I'm like, does Jeff want muffins? That's not Jeff.
I know.
Yeah,
Wow.
Parker's 5'11",
who's
wears a
that guy?
12.5 men's shoe, and none of his jeans fit him. So we're going jean shopping tonight. Well, the other one's at football.
Kelly, what do you got going on?
Beer today. Newbury Farms and Panzanella.
Okay.
Sampling some Autumn Buzz Ale. Baby.
Scott McMullen, what do you got?
Quiet day.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Quiet day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm looking
Awesome.
forward to it.
Great. All right. Erica?
Gym, errands, and dog sitting.
Okay.
I'm with Erika. I'm going to the gym too.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta,
I think we
Gym.
got something tonight. I don't know what it is. All I know is Thursday night, Valerie said something. I don't know what
Well,
she
today's
said.
Wednesday, so that'll be tomorrow night.
Oh, shit. Okay, right. Okay, good. All right, good.
That's
Then
okay.
I might be free. I might be free.
Plans tomorrow night.
I don't know. I got something tomorrow night. But anyway.
Tomorrow, not today. Today's
We will see you
Wednesday.
tomorrow on The Buzz, 5:30 in the morning. Thank you. Don't forget, click subscribe.
Right below.
Right down
Down
there.
below.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. See